I am going to show you a release for your quad. You can either use the tune-up balls, which are the regular size balls, or alpha balls, which are a little bit bigger. You can use any size of them. You can do, if you have 2 sets, you can do both at the same time. If you only have 1 set, you can do 1 at a time. And you're going to simply start at the bottom by your knee, and you're going to roll from the knee up. I like to do it that way because it facilitates the flow of lymph back towards your torso. So we're going to just shift the balls from the kneecap up a little bit. So I'm just doing about a couple inches movement up and down, finding where it might be most sore at, and make sure you get all the way down so that the ball, the middle of the ball, that little gully comes and circles the kneecap a little bit. When you find a little bit of a tender spot, you're gonna bend the knee and then windshield wiper it out. And so we're letting the ball shift into the middle part of the quad, take it laterally, kind of squishing and smushing the quad into either side of the ball, making sure you get all the way to that kneecap, and then wriggling ourselves down a little bit. So I'm taking my toes under on the other side that doesn't have the ball, so I can lift the quad off the floor and get a little more leverage. So I'm working my way more into that mid part of the quad. And you can even shift your torso to get more pressure on the outside. Turn your foot in and get that outer part of the quad. Turn that foot out, get that inner part of the quad. Turn the foot in and out. You're really squishing the ball side to side in the quad. And then bend and extend. So feel it kind of work itself layer by layer. Think of it as peeling an onion. You don't want to jump right to that deepest layer. You want to work the most superficial and get deeper and deeper so that the muscles don't contract to protect themselves and make you a little bit tighter. So again, toes in to get the outside, toes out to get the inside. So we're just really feeling the ball, both balls move in and out, rolling. So I'm working it to the upper part of my thigh, extending and bending. And the more pressure you lean towards that side, the more intense. The more pressure you lean away, the less intense. So now that it's a little higher up in my thigh, I can really twist that leg bone and that femur side to side, because your quad gets bigger as you go up, and we're trying to make sure we get all the pieces of the quad. So knee in, knee out. This is great to do after leg day. Bending and extending. It's also helping you get that extension of your femur, of your leg bone, because sometimes we lack that if we have really shortened and irritated hip flexors. So not only does this quad release get the quad, you also have some hip flexors that are on the front of the leg as well. Sartorius is a hip flexor, and it crosses in through here too. So knee in, knee out. You can do it with the leg straight. You can do it with the leg bent. And you're working the ball all the way up to the top of the leg. And once you get to the very top, where your pelvis is kind of in the way, you can use blocks, and we have another video on how to get the very upper part where the tendons are. So knee out, knee in, really working the ball into the different layers of the quad. Let me know if you have any questions.